Hi, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Scenes with WeGotEm Teas. Today we have Carrie from Hesperia High School, longtime friends. And Carrie got here bright and early this morning to talk to us a little bit about what's going on at Hesperia High School. So I know a couple weeks ago you guys just did a big event.
Yes.
Every 15 minutes. And I think it's such a fantastic event that you guys put on. I know you've put it on at Oak Hills before, and now you just put it on at Hesperia High. Tell us a little bit about what that event is and how you guys do it.
Perfect. Yes, so every 15 minutes is a huge program. It's grant funded through CHP in the state of California. Realistically, it's a huge crash simulation emergency response to simulate the fact that somebody dies from a drunk driving accident every 15 minutes. This program has been around for years. I even remember doing it in high school myself. And I just truly believe in what it stands for, the impact that it does have on our students, our community, our family members. Unfortunately, with the legalization of marijuana, with texting and driving, the program is a little outdated with regards to that. Being that the statistics are almost in half now, that somebody dies from distracted driving of some sort within.
Not necessarily just drunk driving.
Correct.
So it's like it maybe needs a little bit of an overhaul to highlight the dangers of those things as well.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
So with the legalization of marijuana,
because more teens are doing that than probably drunk driving.
For sure. And I think that you're seeing that throughout culture. Yeah, I mean, you look at our discipline records, going back to when we were in high school, yes,
Sure.
that was a thing.
Right.
Now it's more of the marijuana, the vaping, the vape pens, the edibles. And then you have the text messaging and the distracted driving, TikToks, you have the addiction to the cell phone where it's really hard for people to put a phone away and drive and pay attention.
Especially new drivers. I mean, these are, for all of us, but these are brand new drivers, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, think about how much we do it as adults driving, under the influence, just driving to and from work, and you have to be cognizant of the fact, like, oh crap, put your phone down.
I remember, my son yelling at me like, "Mom, stop texting! Mom, stop texting!"
Yeah.
And I stopped because I'm like, what am I doing? So. It's true, like if we teach our kids that, then they'll ultimately be teaching their parents too,
Yeah, so same thing. My son wrote me a little note that reminds me, get off the cell phone. And I just keep it just as a friendly reminder that they're in the back seat, And so, the program I think needs a little bit of an overhaul in regards to that. And with both programs, we tried to add that in and embed that into the program. But yeah, you're looking at probably every 7 minutes now.
Wow.
With somebody passing away. So the program in and of itself, it takes about 18 months total if you were to look at the program and the manual to plan.
Wow,
however,
that's a long time.
It is a long time.
Yeah.
But the way everything works within the school districts and approval process through CHP, through the state, we applied in October. You don't really get confirmation until January, and then we held the event in March.
Oh my gosh.
Serrano's doing theirs in April here, just a couple weeks. So yeah, you're working with an 18-month program, embedding it into 3 or 4 months worth of work.
Yeah. Kind of takes over your whole life then, I imagine.
Whole life. The most work I think anyone could do as an activities director.
How often do you do it at the school?
Well, prior to COVID, it was almost on a 3-year rotation. So within Hesperia Unified, there's 3 comprehensives, so they would apply and then just rotate through.
Got it.
With the hopes that, if you didn't get to participate as a freshman, you would be able to see it as a senior. So at least...
So it's hitting them one time during their 4-year stint.
Correct, that was the hope.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then now since COVID, the grants and things like that, money, as we all know, is a little bit more limited. So the program itself is more limited. So within the high desert region, there was 2 schools picked, and those rotate. So we're not entirely sure the next time it would bring back to Hesperia Unified.
Okay.
We're hoping next year Sultana gets it, just, for
right.
the mere fact that it'll impact all 3 comprehensives. But yeah, when we were planning it, especially with Hesperia High School this year, we took that into consideration. What happens if we don't get the grant again? What happens if it is not until 6 or 7 years
what do we do
from now?
instead of, or
Correct.
whatever, to make sure we can impact the kids?
Yeah. At least have all of them see it. Last year when I did do it with Oak Hills, it was the first time since COVID that the program had been released.
Oh, wow.
So, and I mean, we're looking at, good 4 or 5 years worth of students that hadn't
that
seen
didn't
it.
get it. Oh, okay, I gotcha.
So, but the program itself is just, it's amazing. I think probably if I was to write down every single person that had something to do with the program, you're probably at 200 or 300 people within, between volunteers, donations, helping the day of, the living dead, the ASB committees, your CHP officers, your emergency response teams, your helicopter teams, CHP, it's so many different entities, so many different important people throughout our community and our resources.
It's a big production.
Huge.
Tell me, I've actually never seen it or witnessed it.
Oh, no.
So tell me like a little bit about like the order of events, like how do you guys, what's happening during that day?
Sure, no problem. And remind me to send you the videos.
Oh yes, I want the videos.
That way
we can put it on the podcast a little bit so people can see a little bit of clips. So tell me how the events go on that.
Well, prior to, you have all the different planning, but when you're looking at those 2 days in particular, you're looking at, we start bright and early, first bell, we give out like a spiel as to what is happening and what the program is going to be. Any individuals that applied to be in the program, for the most part, maintain anonymity, if I'm saying that right, anonymous. They're anonymous throughout the entire process. And so even them themselves don't know if they're going to be selected for a living dead.
Oh, okay.
The only ones that do know are the ones that we pre-film and pre-record for like the jail scene where they're getting arrested, the hospital scene where they're getting pronounced dead, the morgue scene where somebody has to come and identify the body. So all of those are pre-filmed. Those main characters know that they're in the program, but the living dead that we would pull out every 15 minutes don't know.
Okay.
So we start, we at Hesperia High School had 2 Grim Reapers. So we actually had 2 Grim Reapers go out every 15 minutes. There's a bell that stems from the school.
Oh, wow. So there's
symbolizing.
It's super symbolic then.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And so every 15 minutes a bell will go off. Nobody throughout the entire campus knows who and who's going to be selected. Ooh. So you're kind of watching for, are the Grim Reapers coming?
Yeah.
And so upon entry, so let's just say you were selected, we would walk into your classroom. It would be a Grim Reaper. It was one of the ASB students, probably an administrator as well, and then one of our emergency response team members that volunteered their time. They would come in. We would say we're here to select Kim.
Yeah.
The Grim Reaper would then go and hover over you while you're getting all of your belongings. The emergency response individual or the administrator would read an obituary that was written. There's a template prior to by your parent or guardian. And then we would drape the desk and then put the obituaries down. Something that I did that was unique to the program is that then every other period that student had, those classes also received the black draping and the obituary of that student. That way you
So it's a real visual of somebody's gone.
Correct.
Wow. And
then the students would go to the quad, and that's where we set up our cemetery, and they would place their tombstone in. And the tombstones were designed by our CTE programs within the school. And then
that's who's doing all the filming too, right? Are you who's doing all that filming?
No, we hired Preston Brown through Visions by Preston.
Okay.
He's the one that's really the creator through the big film. We have worked with broadcasting, and some of our more serious broadcasting students were able to follow him and do almost like an internship with him. Oh, cool. And then they'll be utilizing the backstage filming.
Yeah.
But there's just so much to capture, so much to do that,
it's a big production.
Realistically, you need somebody that knows what they're doing.
Professionally, getcha.
And thankfully the grant helps fund that, because otherwise it would just rely on our students and our video broadcasting team, and the amount of stress that would be on our kiddos is...
Yeah, it'd be huge.
Huge.
Right.
Not that they couldn't do it or, wouldn't be up for the task. It's just...
Well, they also have
school and life and sports and
right,
parents and all of those other things.
Right.
So yes, they're being filmed. So every 15 minutes of that would occur, and then they would place their tombstone in, and then they become part of the living dead. What that meant was they would go to a command center.
Mm-hmm.
In the command center, they had to turn over their phones, their Chromebooks, any type of device that would communicate them with the outside world.
Oh, wow.
And then their parent or guardian would receive a notification, and that served as two parts, one of which to create that emotional piece with your parent or guardian, as if your student was to pass away,
right,
as well as to also let the parent know that your child has been selected and they're now part of the program, and
you can't contact them.
you can't contact them
Right,
for
right,
24
right,
to 36 hours.
Right.
And so
but they're in
all
safe
that
hands.
yeah, then they're with us, and we did a parent meeting and all that stuff ahead of time. And so that would occur on site. Also that same day, we simulate a crash scene. There is the pre-filming. We pre-filmed like a party or a hangout scene, and then that gets displayed to all of the students, and then it would end with the 911 call of a crash. And then all the students would go down, I should say juniors and seniors went down to the stadium, and G&M Towing donated vehicles to simulate the crash scene. And then you have your student actors that are portraying to be dead, portraying to be the DUI students. You have family members coming just like it would be if it was an actual car accident.
Oh, wow.
And you follow the procedures and the guidelines and the protocols from your emergency response teams. And in truth, like how, if you got the phone call that your son was in a car accident.
What does that look like?
What does that look like? And
right.
then it's simulated it through.
Right.
The car crash takes about an hour and a half from start to finish. You have your amazing fire, your firemen coming out and extracting the individuals from the vehicles to also help simulate, one, this is what they do on a day-to-day basis, but two, you put yourself in these vehicles every single day, and we think that they're going to keep us safe, and realistically they're just metal and tin cans, and they crush, and they get pulled apart pretty easily.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the coolest part for the kids to watch too. And then you have your CHP officers, you have your San Bernardino County sheriffs, we had our HUSD school police out there, you have both stations from 304 and 305 were out there. Then you have all of your AMR, your emergency response teams,
all in the
through
same
San Bernardino County, all in the same.
So
scene.
in the whole school's there, kind of watching.
The juniors and seniors.
Oh, gotcha.
Were there, but we were able to live stream. So reflecting back on how do we embed our 9th and 10th graders, we were able to live stream through our CT broadcasting team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there are hiccups and glitches because there always is.
Right.
But yes, for the most part, every single student got to see what was happening, whether or not in person or on field.
Gotcha.
And then the helicopter comes down and everything. So many different volunteers, our emergency response team, this is all volunteer time, because they have to shut down their engines and come off duty, if you would, to be a part of it. So then you have the coroner come in, and then they remove the individual who's dead on scene. And then after the whole crash scene, we continue to pull out students every 15 minutes. Once those students are part of the living dead, they remain within the command center. We were fortunate enough that the deputy coroner came and gave a presentation to our students for the living dead. And then we went down to the morgue, and they got to tour the actual morgue. We did see 2 victims, one of which was the car accident that just had taken place in Lucerne. Where that was pretty gnarly. For those of you that want to go and review that car accident, we and the students got to see the victim, and then they walk you through the rest of the morgue. You see how many bodies, unfortunately, are deceased for multiple different reasons, but it's definitely that visual impact for our kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we go back to a hotel. The kids stay with us in a hotel. And Courtyard Marriott also donated their conference space for us. And then you have individuals from MAD, which is Mothers Against Drunk Driving. We had Friday Night Lights, which is a San Bernardino County program. You had CHP officers there. And then we embed different curriculums, and they actually get to hear true stories. They get to speak. They read a goodbye letter that somebody had written to them. Then they also write somebody else a goodbye letter to really get the emotional impact of
I can imagine that's pretty emotional for those kids.
Yes.
Things that they probably just hadn't really thought about.
Correct.
You know?
Or, unfortunately have thought about or have been impacted. And each and every student has different stories.
Sure.
We had a beautiful woman come and share her story of losing her daughter for the first time. And so it still gets me, the emotion behind that. And then this is everybody's worst nightmare, and we're simulating it.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
But this is every day for so many of emergency responders. This is what they do all day long.
Right.
And so many people, unfortunately, are getting a call every 15 minutes, now
That's
every 7 minutes,
right.
that you've lost a loved one. But her story was beautiful, and it was just really cool to see the students that night, like, really take the program seriously, reflect. You had groups of kids who would probably never have met each other or hung out at high school, now crying together, holding each other's hands, connecting.
Space, yeah.
So many of our students went over and prayed with the mother who shared her story. It was just really cool to see. And then, of course, they get to have fun and hang out in a hotel room. And we do our due diligence with room checks and things like that. And then the following day, we wake them up. We go back to the school. We paint all of their faces to symbolize that they've all been dead. And then we simulate a funeral. Okay. And then the funeral piece is about an hour and a half as well. And we have victim stories, victim advocates. We have 2 individuals who technically died in the crash scene. We have their family members come and speak. We had a couple different individuals from the community volunteer to come speak on their behalf of their experience, what they do. We had Pastor Brylan Grayley lead it just like he would his normal funeral services. Wow. And so you get the full impact.
Yeah.
And then this year we were
from
grateful.
The start to the finish.
From start to finish.
Yeah.
And all of this is live streamed for all of our students to watch. And then
what about the families, like the parents? Was it live streamed for them as well?
So we actually invite the parents. So we actually invite the parents of the living dead to the funeral.
Gotcha.
And so when the living dead members were walking in, they handed their parent, guardian, their family a flower and a picture of themselves. And then, so just to help symbolize and get them in the emotional impact as well.
Right.
But yes, they all show up, and mind you, they haven't heard from their child in 24 to 36 hours now at this
point. Which can be difficult also.
Extremely difficult, especially in this
such an emotional space, right, too.
When they're so easily accessible to get a hold of.
Right.
So they participate in the funeral as well, and then afterwards there's just like a parent-student reunification retreat, and then they reflect on the experience from all of them. And then that's also a time where the student gives their guardian the goodbye letter that they had written the night before.
Oh, wow.
So they choose,
Oh my gosh.
So that would like wreck emotional.
Me. That would wreck me.
Yeah, it's very emotional. And and we just kind of end it with the fact that today you do get to hug and kiss your child and welcome them back.
Today
but for
was
so many people, this isn't.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen, and I can't even imagine. I don't want to imagine. It's everybody's worst nightmare. Having your child killed from a DUI driver. It's
what a great program though.
It's incredible. And truly believe in it. Thankful that these grants are still out there. Grateful that the program is coming back. I think
and the
every
community support that you're getting from so many people. That even just shows how important it is to everybody.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Because you have so many people from different companies or like CHP and AMR and all these things that they're like, yes, this is important, and they're volunteering their time as well.
Correct. Yeah. And we have tons of companies too, just like yourself, who donated all of our shirts for our living dead. We had so many different restaurants and community members and businesses, even small businesses, come and being willing. I can't give much, but I can donate something.
Yes.
And so we had anything from cases of water donated all the way up to the shirts and sweatshirts, food for these kids, because food's not covered.
Right, you gotta feed them.
And that's not covered, unfortunately.
Right.
But yes,
so you're really reaching out to the community then too as well for just some extra, even though you have that grant, it still doesn't cover everything.
Correct. Yeah, no, it doesn't. And you have your funeral companies coming in to bring in their hearse and their caskets. You have flowers, coming in just to simulate a funeral. You have students donating their time for makeup design. It's just really cool. But the
reality is if it makes even one kid stop and think, then it's worth it.
110%. Over again, I would do all of the work every single year, multiple times over, if we could save one life. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It
a terrible situation that, you know, even we deal with here. We are dealing with students all the time from multiple schools and stuff like that. And I wish I could say that there was a year that we didn't have a student that we did their jacket that didn't pass, but it never fails every single year.
It's so unfortunate.
And it is heartbreaking even for us because, you know, when we're doing jackets in here, we really are getting to know like the families and the students, and these parents are so proud of their kids, and then we find, and so we end up getting like this connection to the families and the students, and then, you know, we hear through the news or through other kids, and we're like, it's just heartbreaking.
It's devastating.
It's devastating.
Yeah, I mean, even in the small amount of time that I got to spend with these kiddos, because now I'm in a different role, they become like your kids.
Yeah.
And just like you said, the
you know
amount
their
of time,
story, you know?
Yeah, the amount of time that you put into the jackets,
Yeah.
right? And ultimately, the jackets are symbols of that individual, their uniqueness.
They are.
And I mean, they've transformed over the last 30 years for sure since I had mine.
Yeah, they have. They have, for sure.
But I mean, and as they progress and as they continue to succeed, they come back and you see them again and you see them grow.
And you see their parents, like, I mean, that's part of, like, the jackets story, really, is it's that moment in time. The parents are so proud of them. It's this amazing moment. And so, you know, anytime you're involved with like an emotional moment between a parent and the student, you feel like a little bonded to them.
Oh, of course.
You know, so, and we're just so lucky because we do that every day. Every day there's parents and kids that come in here and we get to see that special moment when they get that jacket and they put it on for the first time. So many tears. We get so many tears in here.
They're so amazing.
Yeah.
For those of you that can't see them, they're all amazing and they're so cool. And I wish I was as talented as some of these jackets look, let me tell you.
What's going new at Hesperia High School?
Oh,
so what's happening over there?
Oh, so many things. I mean, the biggest thing that's definitely hitting the news and all of that right now is the opening of the new Hesperia High School Center for the Arts. It's an incredible building. It's definitely a center to also bring our community back.
What's it gonna house? Like, what are we gonna?
So within the theater itself is this like crazy.
Did Hesperia not have a theater at all?
No, they haven't had a theater over the past 40 years.
Oh,
so think about 40 graduating classes have come through Hesperia High School and have had, you know, any of the performance groups had to go someplace else to perform.
Okay, gotcha.
So now they don't have to. Now we have this incredible theater, and I mean, mind you.
Wow.
The tech in it, the sound, it is
state of the art.
State of the art. I can definitely tell you, Mike Everett. Oh, you have to.
Is it open right now?
It is. We just had our grand
opening.
opening
I need to come and get a tour.
Oh, it's beautiful. Come anytime. I will
gladly.
gladly.
Love to see it.
But yes, they open with our Shrek performance next week.
Oh, how exciting!
Amazing.
So that's like the first production that'll be there.
Yes.
So it's mostly just performing arts.
It really on that side it is specifically for the performing arts side. You'll house
how exciting for those kids.
So exciting.
So exciting for them.
The classrooms are all state of the art as well, all the newest tech to embed their program, but you have choir down there, drama down there, as well as band. And then their views of the school, I mean, so jealous that so jealous my office is not in that building. And then you have this amazing theater, and I want to say this 100-foot by 200-foot LED screen, and I might be over exaggerating,
right.
But it is beautiful. It's huge,
right.
Giant. It houses 500 and I think it's 5 individuals per like showing.
Yeah.
We just did the talent show this past Friday, and it was just incredible. So many people. It's homey. It's comfy. It's intimate. It's amazing. And then
that's so great especially for one of our older schools in the desert to get that like injection of something new and exciting. That's so fun.
I know if you're following all the social media about it, all of them are like, we wish we had that when we were in high school.
Yeah.
We wish, you know. So many different kids coming back. And then the other key piece to help tie the community back in is St. Mary's Providence also is going to have a full clinic in there. So they have a full reception.
Wow.
Yes, they have a physician's assistant assigned along with other nurses. So for urgent care services for individuals without necessarily insurance, but are coming from our community that need crisis, mental health, basic medical care, they can just come in.
Like certain hours.
Certain hours, I don't believe it's a 24-hour facility yet. But it's going to be incredible. That's so we really can neat. Literally serve our community every day. For even our students in my world, they're experiencing something or need additional support. We don't have to wait for a referral to go in. We don't have to wait for somebody to call you back. Like, let's walk over there and handle this.
Let's find out what we can do and take care of you. Oh my gosh, that is so neat. That's really cool. That's like reminds me of like just old school community help, you know what I mean? Where there's just, you know, a local clinic that the kids and the people who live immediately around there that have access to, you know, because maybe even transportation can be difficult to get to a doctor that's 30 minutes away or whatever. So having something that's super local like that and accessible for students and families that's really
it's huge.
neat.
I think it's going to be game changing, especially within the heart of Hesperia, where Hesperia High School is located. You know, we've kind of grown past all of that, but we still have the small community up here. The high desert's still very small. Everybody knows everybody.
I always heard
type of environment,
it's
but we're
the largest small community in the country. I think.
Sure, and we're just growing and growing. But you're right, like the needs for our community as far as healthcare. And a couple different other things, psychiatric care. You know, a lot of things have to go down the hill.
It's just incredible. I think that's so neat.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So we're very excited for that. Other than that, you know, you got some of our athletic programs at the top of their game. Our academics are excelling. Our CTE programs are top in the nation. The Arts Academy just got a California Distinguished Award. So another circle gets to go in our building. But it really goes to show how much love, support, family, environment, and when people are dedicated to our students and our community, what could happen? Yeah,
and that for the kids, just to have that incredible space to go to every single day where they're getting to, what's the word? Like perform, you know, or their athletics or their choir or their band, but then also a safe space to go to if they need help. And, you know, that's what keeps the kids there. Yeah. You know, and
that's what we like to say. You got to do the not so fun work, like the actual school part. You got to do the academics in order to enjoy the fun things. But I mean, the fun things are what embed you and bring you in and buy you into your culture and your climate. And those are the memories that you remember from high school. I mean, at least I do. I remember the fun ones.
Oh, you don't remember
you remember maybe that one test that you studied really hard for. Yeah. You didn't do so well, or, you know, the one teacher that may have, you know, not necessarily had the best day, but you remember the fun. You remember the cool things that were coming out of academics. You remember your performing arts. You remember your athletic events. You remember, you know, they weren't necessarily CTE programs back then when I went to school, but I mean, so many of our kids are now coming out with associate's degrees or certificates where they could go straight to
high school's different than it used to be.
You come out
I went a long time ago, but you know, high school's different.
I wish I went a long time ago too, but I wish I had some of the opportunities that are available for our kids now.
I think we just learned over time that schools are, especially our high schools, you know, it's a place to learn, you know, biology and math and English, but we have an opportunity to touch and reach the kids in so many different aspects of their life. So to turn away from that just wouldn't be right.
I don't think so either. And I think so many of our schools, and I know especially within Hesperia Unified, they focus on the college and career readiness. They focus on, you know, yes, it's our students today, but we're preparing them for their future.
Right.
And for so many of our kids, I mean, my little ones are in elementary school right now, like, to think that in 10, 15 years when they advance, the world's going to be different than what it is today than what it was 15 years ago.
For sure.
And giving them the skills and the techniques and some of the just job skills, really.
That's why, I mean, for me, I'm like so partial to those CTE programs.
Oh, for sure.
Just because of what we do, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Like, it's a college. It's a trade. It's a skill set and it's a trade. And the fact that the high schools are, really doing an excellent job, I feel, especially our high schools up here, they're doing an excellent job of making sure that those options are known to the kids,
and available. And it's not just our high desert, like get out and expand the world.
Yeah.
And I mean, for instance, yes, our digital design team, who also helped create so many of our things for every 15 minutes. I mean, they're creating patches. They're doing embroidery.
Yes,
they have the same machines you have.
Yes,
I mean, and sure, they can come and work and have a job. You have our auto shop kiddos. You're working with diesel engines. We're hoping to get a motor sports program up and running. But you have all of these students who can come out and go directly into work. You have your emergency response teams, your EMTs. They have their certificates already prior to leaving high school.
We've just seen here definitely an uptick in that, because instead of just athletic patches or whatever, we're doing a lot of welding or CTE. Kids are just as proud of being part of those programs as they are of being on the football team.
Oh, for sure. And as they should be.
Yeah, and not to diminish the football team, because those kids are putting in a lot of time and effort as well, but there's so many different programs within the school, and these kids are putting in a lot of time and energy, and they're competing as well. They're at skills and they're actually competing.
Yeah, the culinary competition that just took place a couple weeks ago. I mean, incredible. Yeah, it's so cool to see. Yeah, in so many different realms. I know. I don't even know how your jackets could fit them all. And I mean, they don't. You have your students who do all of it.
They do. You
have the scholar, athlete, CTE pathways, #1 artist or performer.
Right.
It's wild. I don't know how they find the time, but they do.
I just think it's really cool how they're they are actually competing too. I mean, I was a student athlete, and I do know that I was a student athlete and I was a coach for a really long time too. And I value the lessons from competition.
Oh, for sure.
And whether it's in an athletic competition or whether it's in a culinary competition, it doesn't matter. When I was coaching for long time ago, when I was coaching swimming, I had a parent one time tell me, well, we just want to do practice. My kid doesn't really like to compete. And I was like, well, that's really just not going to work. Because unfortunately, life is a competition.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So teaching them how to compete in different facets of life, we're really just setting them up for success later.
100%.
So now our kids who aren't necessarily athletes are still finding a way to compete, to show up, to do their best, to try to win. I think that's so important for kids.
Yeah, for sure. They're finding their niche, whether or not it is club-based or performing arts-based or automotive-based or athletic-based or leadership-based.
Right.
There's definitely so many opportunities for these kids to do well, find a niche, have friends, and be embedded in the climate and the culture of the school and then the community.
Yeah.
And, and hopefully one day come back and work within their skill set or bring something back to our community, because that's what we all hope for.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely. And so, I mean, I did tons of competitions when I was younger.
And you're a Hesperia alum too, right?
I'm not an Hesperia alum.
Not.
No,
oh
I'm
my gosh, I thought you were.
No,
oh,
I am a hot
Silverado.
alum.
Okay.
My husband's a Scorpion, though.
Gotcha.
So I know the Silverado jacket over there. It's still embedded in me, and mine hangs in my closet still. It's kind of crazy. But no, my husband.
You should bring it here. We'll display it for you.
There you go. What they used to look like.
Yeah,
now what they
that's
look
right
like
behind you. What they used to look like.
Well, I can tell
mine
you
and my husband's.
Mine would be blinged out to the max if I could these days. But no, it's amazing and incredible. But no, nonetheless, still in the community.
Perfect.
You see so many people coming back and giving back, and that's what really truly matters.
For sure. Well, we're so thankful that you came to talk to us today.
I love it.
And I just want to, I don't have it with me. I have a little gift certificate for you that I'm going to be giving you, Carrie, a gift certificate to give a jacket, a Letterman jacket, to any student that you choose, and not just basic. I want you to tell this student that they can come in and get whatever they want.
There's so many kids who would. Thank you. It's so amazing that you do this, and I know you do it in so many different realms and facets, and for those of you that aren't working with you, they need to be working with you. But it's just so cool. And then to see these kids get that certificate, and I can't tell you how many kids at Hesperia High School deserve this opportunity.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that we get that out to as many students that deserve it as possible. But we're going to do this for you right now.
Thank you.
And
So sweet.
I'll get that over to you. And you think about it. It's up to you, whoever you want to give it to.
Awesome. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome.
Okay, make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe. All the links will be down below. And we'll see you next time on the next episode.
Bye, guys.